first videos that I'm actually turning the camera around, but you guys will probably be seeing this after the face reveal. So yeah, pretty cool video to be the first one that I turn the camera around, because we are going to purchase a really old motorcycle. Kind of take you guys along for the ride, as I always say. We're headed to pick up, or going to look at rather, and maybe purchase a 1960 Harley-Davidson Panhead. This opportunity was presented to me only a few days ago. For those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, if you remember Reese. So Reese works at a Harley dealership, and he said that this guy came in, this older gentleman, and he was wanting to basically sell his 1960 Panhead. Now, for those of you that don't know, Harley dealerships traditionally do not take in bikes that are that old. They usually like to stay within, I would say, the most recent like engine model years kind of thing. So like, you know, Milwaukee 8s, the Revolution Max. I guess it would depend on the dealership too if they decide to take it in or not. But for the most part, you're not gonna like take a bike like that to a Harley dealership and be able to like trade it in and like get what you want. You're also not gonna be able to take it there and get it worked on. So they do have kind of like a cutoff date in terms of the years on bikes that they're able to work on. So Reese basically posted up in a group chat that we've got going on, jokingly asking if anybody was interested in a 1960 Harley-Davidson Panhead, and I was like, actually, I've been kind of looking around. I haven't really like put like a ton of time and effort into finding something. I was looking at an Iron head over in California that was listed for pretty cheap. It would be really cool to have a knucklehead, just because, you know, I don't know, I love the sound of it. Kind of the nostalgia. I think it's one of those goals that like I've kind of realized with looking up these older Harley engines. Like, we've done a lot of stuff with Milwaukee 8s, and I'm really looking to kind of extend my knowledge and get experience with the rest of the lineage, I guess you could say, of Harley-Davidson's engines, which, I mean, man, there's a lot. They are called the Motor Company after all. Yeah, Reese ended up kind of jokingly posting this thing up. I told him, actually, I am kind of interested. Forward me the guy's info if you could, please. I called the guy, left a voicemail. He called me back, kind of told me a little bit about the bike. I asked him what he was looking to sell it for. It's a very fair price. I am going to kind of see the condition of it. I'd like to be able to talk him down a little bit. Obviously, the more we save, the more I can put into it, which would be cool. This is just kind of the journey. It's a start. So hopefully I can film him. I'm going to ask if we can film the process. If not, we'll skip it and I'll just fill you guys in. That's where we're at. So hopefully this thing checks out. We'll see. Like just talking to them, getting to know them, like hearing the story behind the bike. I really wish they were cool with being on camera, because that stuff, just the way it comes across, it's nothing like them telling the story versus me telling the story. There she is in the back, beautiful. I'm headed to the shop now. So fun fact, Chris doesn't know anything about this, and I'm sure he's tired of me bringing projects to the shop. I don't know where it's gonna land. Obviously, I would like to put lots of effort towards all of the projects, but that's just not the way that time works. Man, with opening up a shop, I really don't have a lot of time for my own stuff, which I wish I did. I keep on telling myself that stuff is gonna kind of settle out and, you know, restructure something, and that I'll find time, but I think I really need to put effort into that. So anyways, Chris doesn't know anything about this bike, so it's gonna be really interesting seeing what his reaction is on it. I gotta stop by the house, pick some stuff up, and then I'm gonna continue on my way to the shop. We will resume there where we get Chris's reaction. Is he gonna be mad? Is he gonna be stoked? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna be happy about this. Who's ready to help me unload a 1960 Panhead? Justin is?
I'll try.
Put Vinny to work.
Oh. Potentially no brake.
Well, no, we'll just pull it back. You'll be here.
Yep.
Ready? Oh, now it moves.
It took 3 of us. That's how many it took. 3. Just
Yes.
for the fucking wreck.
An antique.
They used something to try to spin this into it. No, I mean, this is old. People didn't give a f.
Definition of chopper.
Yeah, like I'm gonna use these gnarly pliers and just rip it.
So what's your thoughts? Super dope bike or what?
Still think he's dumb.
What's one thing on this bike that is cool?
Well, the whole bike is cool, but I think the decision was dumb.
Oh,
That's all. Don't put the bike as dumb. Don't put that in there.
It's not the bike, it's the decision.
It's the decision.
yeah, now it's on
the
you.
decisions that I've made haven't got us anywhere.
It was the decision.
Bike's cool? Not cool. Bike's cool?
So now it's come out.
Not
Bike is
cool.
The block is dumb.
The decision and the not talking to me, it's not very smart. Yeah, this is the that people couldn't see before.
Asking for forgiveness and not permission.
Basically. Because all he's done is stressed me out and added more work. He told me some information after I made a statement. But he said it on camera before, so if you put the time up on it just so people know we're not around. But apparently he got exactly what I was gonna say.
It's like, is Chris gonna be stoked or is he gonna be mad? He's gonna think I'm dumb.
That word right there. No, I don't think he's dumb. I just think the timing maybe was not the best.
Park it and work on it when we find the time, which is another thing that I talked about already in this video.
Find the time.
Yeah.
Find the time, he
We could
says.
just find it.
Yes.
I don't know where it is. I think
I've
it's
been looking for it
somewhere in the
for
shop.
a hot minute.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I left them in the pants that went through the wash because I can't find them.
They're like your socks. It
Yeah,
just like,
it's like one of the socks.
where'd the time go?
So now we just need to put this guy to work so he's not standing here holding the bottle looking pretty. Well, that's a forward control. It would have originally had a footboard,
Okay.
which would have positioned it differently, but you still would have had to take your foot back and up to step on that. Always. That's the way it always would
Yeah,
have been.
it's super weird. So it's interesting because I saw on this side it's got a spot for a heel shifter as well, but it's not there anymore.
Right. Again,
And
this
even
one
then,
would have
where,
had a
like
footboard.
you'd have to like pull your whole leg up in order to shift
What
it.
year
instead
did
of
you say
just
this was? A 60?
60.
Like, it's been a while. I look at new now. That's all I've done for 25 years is Harley.
Well, that's what I told the guy. That
New
he's like,
Harley.
you guys work on stuff like this? And I'm like, honestly, all we work on is Milwaukee 8s.
I work on twin cams. I don't even hardly work on Evos anymore. I got to work on my own, and I'm dreading it. This will be fun, but I will need the time. We got to find the time.
That's this guy. Vinny Time McGee over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. We can all tell that this is awkward for him.
Hey man, it's the first
do
time
this.
I've turned the camera around and
I've never
my face
done
has
this.
been in videos.
That is true.
Dude, this is the
That's-
first time for him.
yeah,
and
you're
now it's your
witnessing
first
that.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of firsts
times.
going on in this video.
This is kind of weird.
There's a lot of firsts happening in this video.
Woo! This is a video of firsts. Apparently. This was an original frame, like with raw welds that don't, look pretty because they were done by hand. They were done by a man or a woman, whatever.
They weren't in the 60s.
No, it's probably most likely done by a motherfucking man. But it was, regardless of that fact, it was done by hand. Sometimes cases would be so porous that they would leak through them and start dripping just through the case. Think of 1960.
Yeah.
I have a feeling some of this metal was probably still war era metal, potentially. And I know earlier it all was. We go back earlier, like into the late 40s,
Yeah.
early 40s, even to the early 50s, definitely. So quality control didn't really exist. They made them. That's it. They made them. It ran. They were like, good, ship it, go.
Assembled it,
On to
threw
the
it in a
next one.
crate, sent it to the buyer.
Yeah, and as you learned recently, if we go back even a little bit earlier in time, these were getting made and then put on a carriage that was drawn by a horse to take them across the lot.
Yep.
So
The Gray Fellows, as they called them now.
yeah. No, this is original. I mean, the frame and stuff and the engine. I mean, those are clean welds. These guys did them all day.
Yeah.
They're just not machined well.
So it basically smells of like leather and brawn, and
Yeah. It's got some guys.
it's got gumption.
One of these probably potentially has some man's blood in it somewhere. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Like, I build engines and cut my and it ends up in it. Sometimes I'm like,
Dang.
on purpose.
Book your service at Blockhead Garage.
We put blood in your engines.
That's the commercial. We're just like,
That's the secret ingredient, guys. That's how we get great Dyna results. Runs on blood. All right, one of you guys can pull that in for me?
The f are you doing? Get the goddamn camera out of here. Yeah. Hand around it yourself. Keep it
feel
looking at
important.
you. Hope it'll fit. Thanks, dog.
Yep. Got you.
Gotta do this.
Thanks, Vinny. Appreciate you manning the camera there while Chris was pulling the bike in for me to just pull the bike out. Yeah, there you go, guys. That is the 1960 Harley-Davidson Panhead. It's crazy just seeing the differences between like modern stuff versus obviously stuff from 62 years ago. It's just pretty freaking awesome how an engine like this, like a bike like this, can last as long as it's maintained. The previous owners, like, they looked after it. I don't know if I said it in the video or not yet, but like I felt kind of bad because I felt like I was taking away like a family member, you know, but it's something that they couldn't continue to ride, that they weren't maintaining. They just let it set for 2 years, and so, you know, that's where we come in and we're going to get this thing back to its former glory. Now, since it is not stock as is right now, we're not going to be restoring it. We are going to be basically customizing it, building it. I want to do something like Captain America style, you know, I want to do like a king and queen seat, really high, tall sissy bar. I want this thing to like lean over. I want this thing like super raked out. One of those crazy chopper builds that you see. Obviously very fitting with, you know, this engine, you know, Panhead from 1960. I hope you guys are excited to kind of follow this build. It's definitely getting into territory that like I am not familiar with at all, but that's kind of one of those things. It's how the whole channel started, and you know, now we've got our own shop and got employees and all that stuff. It all started with me going into that unknown, and so this is like kind of another one of those things. It's like just seeing what happens from there, because as it sets right now, obviously first step is going to get the bike back up and running. Yeah, we're gonna have to take the tank off. It's got some rust in it. We're gonna have to obviously fluids, so oil, new tank, probably clean the carb, and then see if it'll kickstart. I haven't owned a bike with a Kickstarter before. Kickstart during the summer, I imagine, would be incredibly hot, unless it's a one kicker, which obviously that's the goal, to make it a one kicker. Chris's reaction was awesome. I know, like, secretly, or not even secretly, maybe, I think he said it in the video too, but he's excited about it. He just thinks that I'm dumb, which is cool. That's fine. I agree. I am. I tend to do stupid shit like this, but in my opinion makes for interesting content. Just those adventures of, like I said, going into the unknown. Yeah, me too, bro. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited about this. I know I am. If you guys enjoyed this episode, you enjoy the newest addition to the stable, 1960 Harley-Davidson Panhead, you guys drop your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Obviously, good amount of work to do to this thing. Looking forward to getting our hands dirty, getting started on it. It's gonna be cool, for sure. Do us a favor, hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.